Hi, this is Connie Ziegler-Wires from realestateHomeBootcamp.com, and I'd like to welcome you to REO Direct System. In the next 5 minutes, you're going to discover how you can catapult yourself to financial freedom and have more time for your family and for other pursuits, and also how to sleep better at night. Our contact information, I'll give you it again at the end, but you can contact us at 866-855-8222. Email is support@mysecureinvestment.com, and also Connie at realestateHomeBootcamp.com. The website is www.mysecureinvestment.com, and on that site there is a little form also that you can fill out to give us your contact information so we can get back in touch with you. And again, we want to welcome you to Direct from the Bank Foreclosures by me, Connie Ziegler-Wires. So think about this. When is the best time to buy anything? Well, when others are trying to sell and there are a limited amount of buyers and or financing, and that is right now. That's exactly what's happening right now. In the real estate market right now is a perfect storm for investors to buy properties and also to be able to help families to get into these homes. There are three main stages in buying foreclosures. You can buy a pre-foreclosure at the courthouse, well, there's pre-foreclosures first, and then there's buying the foreclosures at the courthouse, or buying foreclosures that are already taken back by the banks, and these are called REOs, for real estate owned. There are some challenges, though, in buying pre-foreclosures. First, you have to find these properties that are in pre-foreclosure, and that takes a fair amount of marketing. You have to evaluate each property, inspect the properties, deal with homeowners who are very stressed, deal with banks who aren't very cooperative usually. You have to get your own financing, deal with rehabbing, contractors, and then selling and flipping and closings and all of that. And now if you, challenges of buying the foreclosures right from the courthouse, right at the sale, again, you have to research the properties. It's a little more difficult because you don't really have access to the properties to inspect them. At the courthouse or at the foreclosure sales, you need to bring cash. There's no financing for these kind of deals. And also you're competing against other bidders, which may bring the price up. The properties are sold subject to liens and judgments. So you might get a good deal, but there might be other liens and tax liens and judgments that are attached to that property. And they come with the property. They're not necessarily all wiped out at the sale. And then once you even accomplish all that, you still have the homeowners who may still be in the property, and then you have to deal with evictions. So the end result is just too much time, too much energy, too much money. So, okay, what about the REOs? You can just easily go buy them from the banks, right? Well, here's some steps to the conventional REO investing. Now, this isn't what we're going to offer, but this is typically if you were going to just do it on your own. Of course, again, you have to find these properties, find the banks, find what properties they have, and if you just call them up and say, hey, what properties do you have? A lot of banks really don't want to admit it, so it's not always easy to do. You have to realize that these properties are sold as is. The banker doesn't go out and look at the house and inspect it and write a little checklist of what it needs, so you're buying them totally as is. And then after the property, after you have it inspected yourself, it might need carpeting, paint, landscaping, an exterminator. You know, might cost another $10,000, might cost another $50,000. So again, you're finding the properties. You have to realize they're sold as is. The next hurdle is that you have to get pre-approved from the mortgage company that owns the property. And, you know, you might say, well, that doesn't make sense. If I'm going to be buying this house, you know, cash or with my own financing, why would that bank have to approve me? But this is some of the requirements that banks are typically requiring if an investor comes in and says, hey, I want to buy one of your REOs. You still might need to have very good credit score of 660 or even higher. You have to prove current income, past income tax for 2 years. You need to show proof of liquid assets. And here's the real kicker. They often want you to have a minimum of $5,000 to $10,000, or $10 million, I'm sorry, $5 to $10 million for you to be able to buy one of their REOs. So again, the 5 steps to conventional, just doing it your own REO investing is the end result, again, too much time, too much energy, too much money. And again, just to go back, why would the banks require that? It's because they really don't want to deal with us individual investors. They really only want to deal with the bulk buyers, people who are going to come in, hedge funds and big buyers who are going to come in and buy, hundreds, tens and hundreds of thousands of properties at a time. They really don't want to be bothered with us just, negotiating on one or two houses. So that's why they make such the hurdle so high. But again, so look at all these challenges just to buy a house. So, should we just give up? Well, no. Remember I told you this is the perfect storm for buying property. The prices are low. Buyers are few and far between. So this is a great time for us to buy properties. But let's imagine, though, what if we could find somebody who would find these properties for us? Somebody who could actually get the bulk pricing for us. What if we could get somebody who would inspect the properties, go out and take a look at them, give us a checklist of what they need? What if they guarantee that we're pre-qualified? We don't have to show that we have $5 million. How about if we could get somebody who would clean the title? Remember those liens and judgments I had mentioned? Let's get rid of those. And how about if we can get somebody who will issue a warranty deed? Give us clear and marketable title insurance, which we're going to need when we want to resell the property. How about if we can get somebody who will aggressively market the property for us and even qualify a new buyer? What if we could find somebody who would sell the property as is for us? And how about if we can get somebody who will handle all the paperwork? Oh, that's good for me. How about we can get somebody who's going to pay all the closing costs too? If you want, we could even get somebody who can season the note. In other words, they're going to create a mortgage so that that can be sold. And how about if we find somebody who can not only create a mortgage for us, but can sell that note for us so we can get our cash back very quickly? Or, of course, we can sell the house ourselves quickly, or we can just wait a little bit longer, 5-6 months until the homeowner is ready to get the new buyer is ready to get their own mortgage and buy it that way. So what if we could get somebody who could do all this for us and just send the net profits to us so that we just have to collect the checks? Now imagine if you could find somebody who would do all of this and still we would be able to buy properties at 50 cents on the dollar. Actually, that's not good enough for us. We want to get things less than 50% on the dollar. Now here are some typical properties that have been in the inventory. See, these are nice homes. They're in nice areas, nice neighborhoods, nice yards. We don't have any war zones. They're all desirable homes. And look at this. What if we can actually buy a house, utilize our system to manage properties, get guarantees, and the guarantees are that the properties are saleable and livable, guaranteed, and at today's exclusive price, not even $30,000, not even $25,000, but we can get these homes for an amazing $24,997. That's not the down payment. That's the actual cost of these properties. We also have some properties that are available, and they're at $10,000 or $15,000 to $30,000 range as well. So for more information, please give me a call, 866-855-8222, or send us an email, support@mysecurinvestment.com, or Connie@realestatehomebootcamp.com. Again, the website is www.mysecurinvestment.com. And on that website, you can actually fill out a little form with your name and address so we can get back in touch with you, and you can let us know what you're interested in. We also will be glad to share more information, but I just want to take this time to quickly give you information about this done-for-you deals, these amazing opportunity that's available right now, but it won't be around forever, so please do quickly get back in touch with us so we can help you and really take the investing to the next level quickly. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.